and welcome to Respect the Crit. I'm your host, Ian Duncan. My pronouns are he, him, and I'll be playing the Merchant of the Wasteland, Sonny Takasi. Joining me here at our table, dancing around our digital table, please help me welcome Xavier Trudeau-Deschênes.
Hi everybody, it's me again. I'm Xavier, my pronouns are he, him, and I will be playing Lance Burnett, the Vault Dweller, and Complication Master.
I love it.
I love it too.
Also joining us this evening, dancing around the table, please help me welcome Susan Spenader.
Hey, I'm Susan Spenader. I go by she, her. I'll be playing Gerry, the nomadic survivor of the waste, and gun hoarder slash master.
Gun hoarder. I think that's very accurate.
Yeah. You put a gun in front of her, she'll take it. You know?
We're lucky Gerry doesn't have like a place to settle down because she absolutely would like put a bunch of guns in a closet and then open it up. They'd all fall out and like kill her, and then we would like find her days later.
Oh, good thing you were always around her, or else that would happen.
And our dance master, putting the smooth moves and all of us to shame, is our overseer, Alex Herrera.
Hello! I'm Alex. I am the overseer and game master of our Fallout Evergreen campaign. My pronouns are he, him. I also doing a little bit of dancing on the side. Side note, I went to a friend's wedding, and it was like a bunch of older white people, because it's like mostly his family, and I was out there dancing. I danced a lot. Sam got a little embarrassed. But I made it into at least 60% of his wedding photos. The photographer would not leave me the fuck alone.
He had something to work with.
Yeah, he was like, oh my god, this is gold. This little brown man dancing everywhere. Got him.
This beautiful man cutting a rug on the dance floor.
I was getting it. It was pretty cool. But anyways, there are no weddings in the wasteland. Only pain.
You're only married to pain in the wasteland.
And bullets.
You couldn't have asked for a better transition than that. So, without any further ado, please, Alex, wed us to the Evergreen.
Previously, our wasteland adventurers, heroes, misfits, whatever you want to call them, stumbled into the settlement of St. Mark's, finding the safe house in St. Mark's, which belonged to Emmett, who turned out to be a tracker hired by the cause. Our group met a very important merchant by the name of the Townie. Our three wastelanders then spoke with Sam, the local community leader slash, I guess you'd call him mayor of this settlement. Sam also asked the party for a favor, to which they begrudgingly agreed to aid the settlement of St. Mark's in a defensive last stand against a now growing power in the wasteland by the name of the Highwaymen. Now, our heroes wake up on the eve of the first of 2 days before the Highwaymen are set to return. And before we begin, I want to ask, where would you guys be staying?
Emmett's in the safe house, right? Are we just
He's locked in the bathroom?
We can't use the bathroom.
Well, we could potentially stay
place
there and just like bring a bucket or something.
I don't want to go back there.
No.
All right, fair.
Are there beds here in the shanty town that I could sleep on?
Yeah, one of the medical associates would direct you to an abandoned, think of SRO, single occupants, or single room occupancies, all connected together via like just massive mess of hodgepodge sheet metal, wood. Doors don't have locks. That's the only down thing. But it seems like in this small community within St. Mark's, nobody's worried about it. Everyone kind of looks out for each other.
After we're done talking with Sam, we gather around and kind of like discuss what the plan is, and Lance just goes, all right, if we're set to start in the morning tomorrow, I'll find myself a bed in here, and I'm gonna have hopefully the best shut-eye session I've ever had in my life. And I'll see you out. I'll see you all outside tomorrow morning.
Sonny looks around and he's like, there's got to be better accommodations than just like a cot in one of these rooms. I mean, I know you're used to it back at the store, but and admittedly, maybe we should talk about that when we get back. But there's got to be better accommodations, someplace people stay when they're just passing through. Maybe we can talk about that. Find like a real bed.
I'm not opposed to that. You've paid for so much for me already, and I'm clean out of caps. He pulls out his vault suit pockets inside out, and they're empty.
A moth comes out.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. Oh my God! Shoot it!
Oh no!
It's a radioactive moth.
The Mothman from Fallout 76.
Yeah. Sonny leans into Lance and just winks at him and goes, "Who said anything about paying?"
Right. Okay. I forgot who I was talking with. Yeah. Sorry. You work your magic.
He looks over at Gerry too and winks.
Gerry shrugs. Okay, I guess.
All right. Let's maybe find a place for us to bed down, rest our heads. We've been going pretty hard these last couple days, weeks. I don't know. It feels like forever.
It's only been about 4 or 5 days, I think. In game time.
Lance shrugs. Like, has it not been just one day?
Have we slept?
You got a lot of sleep on the cart.
All right.
Oh,
we were
yeah.
drugged.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
Most
quality
restful
sleep.
type of yeah.
It's like that. It's like that post NyQuil wake up. Like, oh my God. But yeah, I would say that you all agree to maybe look for better accommodations, and if worse comes to worse, the SROs would be your next option. There aren't many inns or taverns here. There's like watering holes. People kind of get together at certain spots and drink. As far as accommodations, there's only one building, and it's kind of run down. It's called Seven Settlers. And it's got, some of the walls are kind of bent. The sheet metal's bent. Very, very simple establishment. As I said before, it's got sheet metal walls, but they seem to be bent, as if somebody kind of had a not a rough time, but like a rough night here and didn't like what happened. They kind of tore the place apart. More than likely, all indications point to the raiders kind of taking this place for all of its worth at some point. So you won't see very many people staying here. There's like a crier outside who's like a 10-year-old kid kind of trying to mush you in and singing the praises of this place. Of course, I would say all of you, maybe not all of you, but at least Gerry and Sonny by this point are used to town criers or like criers for establishments. They just kind of ignore them. But to Lance, it's very strange. There's a kid out there kind of like screaming like, "Hey, get the best deal in town. Real nice beds, comfy, if you know what I mean." And he makes like a like bouncing noise. You move past him into the establishment. It's very dark, only lit by a few of these lanterns kind of hanging by the ceiling. A very gaunt-looking man kind of welcomes you in.
We all roll into this place, and Sonny kind of like looks around and sort of like nods his head like, "Yeah, this'll do." Goes up to the man at the counter and says, "Hey, how you doing, Sonny Takasi? These are my friends. What's your name?"
This gaunt man with like bags under his eyes. "I'm Ray."
"Ray, pleasure to meet you. I'm assuming you're the owner of this establishment here."
He slowly looks around. "Yep, this is my place."
"Well, it looks great. I was wondering if you had accommodations for the three of us. We're new in town, obviously, but I'm sure you heard that the highwaymen are coming through, and Sam sort of recruited us to help everyone out here. We're not going to be here long. We just need a place to lay our heads for a couple of days, get some rest before it happens."
Yeah. I'm not sure. Let me check. Give me a moment, please.
"Sure, take your time."
Thank you. And he slowly turns to the side, walks to like what looks like one of those old school hotel like mailboxes with all the slots, and slowly goes through. Nope, not that one. That's mine. I don't know whose that is, and keeps going through them. The whole ordeal takes about 20 minutes.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
Oh my god.
While this is happening, Gerry leans over to Sunny. I hope he's not on the sharpshooter team.
I hope so. I hope not either. Let's not put him on anything that requires it to be timely.
Eventually. Unless you have something you want to do, Lance.
I was at minute 10. Lance probably chimes up and leans over to Sunny and like, if he's not done in 5 minutes, I think I'm just gonna head out over to the cathedral.
Just hang on, okay? Be patient. It is taking forever, though. Trust me, we will not be talking to this guy ever again.
Ray turns his head as if saying he found something. I can hear everything you're saying.
So you know that you're taking a little too long there, Ray. We're very tired. We just got in.
Oh, forgive me for my slow ways. Years of drugs have riddled my body and caused movements to be very difficult and painful. I apologize if my physical condition has caused you any displeasure. And with almost a sudden burst, as if it's always been in there, he throws a set of keys at Sunny, like aggressively. Then he'll quickly crane his neck to Lance. I'm afraid our beds might not be large enough to support your weight or size, but please feel free to sleep on the ground.
Yeah, at this point, I just need the pillow.
I'm afraid we're all out.
Jesus Christ.
And he just stands there with kind of like the straight line mouth emoji face. If there's anything else you need. He doesn't even finish the sentence. He just kind of turns around. You're on the second floor. Good night.
Thank you so much, Ray.
The door slams before you finish saying anything.
I turn to the two of you and I'm like, wow, I had him pegged all wrong, I will admit.
Well, congratulations, Sonny. You both made me feel bad for this guy and also hate his guts.
Why is that on me?
Lance takes his keys and goes for this room. He's done. He's so done.
To give you paint you more of a picture for this. The hallways are made of like scrap wood on the floor, and I mentioned sheet metal for the outside walls. The interior walls are like plywood, like pallets turned sideways and all stuck together. So some of these rooms on the first floor, you can look into them because the plywood, there's slits in between each plywood. Some of them have like backings of other sheets, other pieces of metal and steel covering it, but there are still like 1 out of like 4 pallets to make a wall will be uncovered, so you can see in there. And I'd say as you guys are all walking together past to get to the stairway to the second floor, you'll see every now and then a room where there's just like somebody passed out on what looks like an oversized mattress that's got stains from decades of not being clean. Other rooms have no one in there except for 3 large rad roaches kind of fighting over a piece of meat or something that's been left in there. And then, of course, you'll get the room where there's a lot of action going on. All kinds of people in there doing different kind of things. Nobody's yucking their yums.
Oh yeah.
And there's going to be one where there's a protectron that's being used in a non-sanctioned manner.
This is my kind of hotel. I gotta be honest.
I want to go back to the shanty town.
Second floor's a little nicer. You can't look into the rooms. It's also a lot quieter. Like people up here are like, we're resting. We're not here to do the other things that are happening downstairs. We're just here to sleep. If there are windows, they've probably been like painted by lead paint shut or have been boarded up, so there's no way to open them. A section of the ceiling has come down, a big opening. So there's a little bit of moonlight pouring in. Very simple rooms. There's a bed, or at least a semi-bed frame. Some of it's like kind of broken. The mattress is there, intact, stained, as the other ones were. There's a counter that has like a lamp that doesn't work anymore. And of course, there's like one of those open bathrooms you can walk in, just like an opening, not a door, you all have your individual quarters. The water is running. It is, as I'd say, Lance turns the sink on, and it's just green green water. And immediately your Pip Boy starts making the radiation clicks, like the, what's it called? The
Geiger counter.
Geiger
counter. Thank you. Yeah, but yeah, the Geiger counter goes off immediately as you turn the water on, causing you to turn it back off. Lance, you're like,
Well, I mean, it's like, you let it run for a bit, see if it clears out. Like, if it was just in the
so
pipes.
you let it run. It increases in radiation.
I turn it off.
There you go.
Gerry's gonna just go up to Lance's door and knock on it.
Yeah, he would open. He's got an empty glass in his hand, like putting it aside.
Gerry holds out one of her, or two probably, of her mini scarves. She's layered up. I know you were talking about not having a pillow. These could work.
He takes it and looks at it and looks back at you. Hey, thanks. Yeah, thank you. I don't have much on me, so I don't think I could have used anything for a pillow.
I figured, and it looks like you need a good night's sleep, so
Yeah, that I do.
so sleep well. And then Gerry just walks away.
Hey, Jer, just, I'm sorry about the truck. I didn't mean to hurt you or anything. I tripped. I hope you're okay.
Don't worry about it. There was a lot going on. I'm sorry I freaked out.
No, yeah. We're good.
Cool. Well, have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night.
Then from another room you hear someone, "Good night."
Gerry will look that way. Good night. And then under her breath, I don't think I'm gonna sleep that well.
And Lance nods in agreement and softly closes his door.
The man who was saying goodnight to both of you from random room turns on his radio. Sonny, anything you want to do before bedtime?
Sonny's just like clutching the remainder of the caps that they have, just like holding them.
The morning comes, all of your fatigue is gone. You all sleep wonderfully, surprisingly. 8 hours to the dot.
Oh, I've got a question. Does that
Yes.
do I still need this treated?
Oh,
Or does sleep do anything?
sleep
for that?
can. It can.
Yeah, you roll some sort of constitution survival or something.
Endurance plus survival test with difficulty of 1.
9 is my target. That's just below 50-50. And I really need this to go away.
You currently have no action points because it is
I
in the game.
know. Yes, I know. I'll wait one day. Let's see if I can roll out of this injury for a 9.
Yeah, you might just roll for it.
You bet you
Yeah.
get complications.
Hey!
There we go,
What is
baby!
that? And what do we do on the show?
We respect the crit. That's what
We
we
respect the
do.
crit.
That's what we do.
You will receive 2 action points. That's okay. Xavier's here, so I'm gonna get complications. It's fine.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah, Sonny sleeps and wakes up in the morning, and the first thing he does is stretch and lets out a big
I go. Oh yeah, sounding beautiful, sounding great.
The rest of you also wake up feeling refreshed, HP to the tippity top. Now there's a lot more noise. There's like people walking downstairs. You can hear them. And if every now and then you'll hear the familiar dulcet tones of
Oh, Ray. Is he? I want to ask him if he's like sober, because I feel like if we get some jet into that dude,
He's a completely different guy.
Yeah. Some psycho jet or something.
I got man tats. Does that work?
Technically, yeah. I mean, that is something. It might not be the kind of high he's chasing or has chased,
Yeah.
but
No, that's for me. That's for Daddy.
so the morning is yours to, I guess, scrounge up defenses, do what you need to do. I would say, as you all are getting ready in the morning, a messenger from Sam would have approached you all and given you these different sheets of paper. One of them being a map of the settlement with these circles and a key on the side. The red circles are the damaged turrets. The blue circle on the eastern side is the section of the eastern wall which has collapsed or has been damaged from the last raid. And the purple circle are the training grounds where a lot of the local volunteer guardsmen hang out, quote unquote, and train during the day.
Are we gonna divide and conquer?
I feel like that might be the best.
Gonna have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lance is feeling like $1,000,000. He's like, all right, let's get to it. I'm feeling fresh, guys. I don't know for you, but it worked out. Just before we split for our tasks, I got angry a little bit in the past few days. That's a side of me I don't like to share too much. But you, Sonny, you seemed cool with it, right?
I mean, Lance, I gotta be honest, I don't know too much about your past, and I'm happy for whatever you want to share about it with me, just so you know it doesn't change how I think or how I feel about you. However you came to us in First Hill, that's our Lance, and if you've got some problems or you got some issues that you're going through, no, you don't have to do it alone, even when we're surrounded by enemies.
Yeah. I know I'm not alone. I've made that mistake too many times before, and I know you've got my back. I've got your backs as well. I'd rather keep my head cool at all times. I've tried to convince myself that's how I was best at. But every time, and he looks at his fist, every time I would resort to, these basic instincts, these impulses, I got commended for it. I got praised for it. I got rewarded for it. And I hated that. I thought that coming out here, I'd be able to do my job, do my mission, help people, just using my head. But I was wrong too, I think. I got a better picture of what things really are out here. And yeah, just know that I have no reason to be angry at you. I'm not some strange barbarian.
Well, we get a loincloth on you, and I mean, you'd be picture perfect for one. That's all I'm saying. Grognak would have a run for his money.
Okay, well, if you find me one in the market, make sure it goes well with the boxing glove.
All joking aside, Lance, if you're angry and you get angry, that's okay too. Being angry is valid. It's okay to be upset and frustrated and to vent that out. But that's yours now. I mean, out here, this whole Evergreen, it's great because you can be yourself. And whatever you want to feel, whether that's anger or whatever, you control that. You can do whatever you want with it. And it's valid to feel that way. You were a bit scary, but that's just because we didn't know. And now we know. And if there's any way that we can help you come down or calm yourself or just get centered again, then, let me know. Unless it costs caps. Then we'll talk.
Thanks, Sonny. That means a lot.
Yeah, well.
All right, let's get to it before I get sappy.
You can keep your keys.
Oh my God, Ray! You scared the living daylights out of me. You're so quiet.
Yeah. It happens. Sam spoke to me this morning and informed me you'd be staying here indefinitely until the problem's been handled. I said that's fine. And he kind of just like gauntly, jaw slightly lowered, looks at you. If you need anything, please let me know. And he continues staring. Yeah.
Yeah, we will, Ray.
Thanks, Ray. Really appreciate it.
Ray, have you ever shot a gun?
Yes.
You want to help defend the town?
No, definitely not. And he holds up a hand and it's kind of like trembling a little. I can't fire like I used to.
What'd you do before all this, Ray? If you don't mind me asking.
I wandered the wasteland. From town to town. Robbed people. To get fixes. But Sam found me. Reformed my ways. It's been a good couple of years here.
Well, we're hoping that after this is all over that there's a lot more. Take it easy and you stay safe. We're gonna go try and do something about it.
Okay. And he just stares. He literally just stares.
We all walk out of the room. Leave.
As you leave, dude, I'd say Lance, as you're the last one to leave, as you're all walking out and you look back, he's still just mouth agape, staring at you and slowly waves his hand.
Yeah, just from over my shoulder, just a nod. Mm-hmm. And like Lance needs to be out of here. Like he wants to be outside his own body right now.
Leaving 7 settlers, the morning light, as since y'all don't have windows, is covered. There's an overcast as it begins to rain. I would say like this is one of those days where the rain's coming in, but it's like hot rain. It's gross. And in this world, when it gets to hot rain, it's like a precursor for like potential acid rain or potential rad storm, something along those lines. But luckily for you, most of the settlement has those tarps that have been kind of put over them for the market, and they kind of stretch out into different sections. So you're outside and deciding where you're going and who's going where. Basically, should you split up together, what have you? It is now your time to decide who's going to accomplish which goal here.
Gerry is training.
Okay, Jerry's going to go do the training.
Yes.
So we'll continue with that one afterwards. But Lance and Sunny, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna be walking around. Like if I hop by all these turrets and I try to help people help me repair them. I mean, you could come and watch, Sunny, but I don't know that you'd be as efficient as you could be.
Yeah, I kind of feel that. I feel like Sunny is kind of like not equipped for a lot of this stuff. So, well, I'll think about it. Give me a moment. We can follow some other people and I'll think about it. Yeah.
Well, we'll start with our Gerbear here. The northern section of St. Mark's has there's like an old, looks like some kind of school building, and in front of it there is an open area that's kind of covered by some tree, like a tree canopy. But below that is kind of this open dirt kind of, I don't want to call it a playground, but like an open dirt space that they've kind of that the settlement has repurposed for like mustering all the guards or the volunteers when it's time to get into action and start splitting up different divisions and things like that. Currently, it's probably holding about 12 different volunteer guardsmen doing nothing, fucking off, playing cards, goofing around, talking. One of the guardsmen, you can see, is dressed a little differently than the rest. He has kind of the rifle, the hunting rifle on his back. He's dressed very professionally with like road leathers, very similar to what your dad used to wear on top of his old kind of flannel. But this guy's got the road leathers on in full regalia. Like, he's purchased every piece of his equipment personally, it looks like, because it's kept in very good condition. pretty, not a hefty build, but a very like, kind of lean, muscular build. This gentleman looks to be kind of a little olive complexion, mixed race. As he looks around and he sees you approaching, and he kind of nods and walks up to you and stands a little bit taller than you, not by much. Reaches out his hands. Hey, you're one of the newcomers, right?
Yeah, I'm here to show you guys how to shoot.
He sticks his hands out. Hi, Ernest Umber.
Gerry.
Gerry shakes your hand. Nice to meet you, Gerry. I'm sorry if this is kind of right off the bat. How old are you?
Does it matter?
You know, no. And he points to both the guns. It definitely doesn't matter. Sorry about that. You're right.
And then the railway rifle on her back.
The railway gun on the back. Yeah. He'll kind of motion over. Okay, let's get these guys in line, and then like, how do you want to do this?
Do they have any experience?
He turns around to look at the men. I taught them to take cover, and how to shoot from cover. You want to see that?
Do we have targets, and how much ammo do we have for training, and how long have they been shooting?
Wow, these are all really good questions. He takes a little notebook and gets like a piece of like lead that he has, and he's like, okay, how much ammo do we have? Yeah, inventory, that's a good one. Targets, yeah, I mean, well, usually we just have one of our guys run around and they try to shoot him because they're not going to hit him.
No.
Well, they volunteer. It's not like we say, hey, you go do this. We ask if anyone wants to get shot at, and the guy usually raises his hand.
But the volunteers need to shoot at highwaymen.
Oh, okay, so you're saying don't injure guys who could potentially be with us. Yeah, that's it. Wow, this is good stuff.
Are you usually in charge?
Oh, no. David was my boss. Yeah, he got killed in the last raid.
Okay.
This is his stuff. And he points to his gear.
It looks nice.
Yeah. Well, I washed it because there was a lot of blood. They kind of cut his head off. Yeah, rest in peace, David. He was a good guy. Kind of dumb, but, he was our leader.
Oh. Okay. I'll
get him in line. Yeah,
let me talk to everybody.
Sure, you got it. He kind of runs over. Hey, guys. Kind of like a friend telling his friends, like, hey, come on. Hey, guys, eyes up. We got the new person. She's in charge now. So listen to her, okay? People like waving him off, flipping him off. He's like, oh, come on, guys. Can you just get a line, please?
Gerry's going to use an ability, quick draw. Mm-hmm. And she's going to shoot in between two of the guys real quick, within less than a second.
What are you aiming for? Is there something behind them, perhaps? Or just wildly firing between two guys?
I think, I would like to hit something metal so that, like, ding noise really resonates.
Okay. That's a street sign, or like a sign for this area that was there before. Like, hey, this is blah, 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 such academy, or whatever it was. Gerry quickly, poof. The bullet hits the sign. The noise pings off. All 12 of these guards hit the deck. Some guys, like, fall down out of their seat, like, oh! You can hear one guy crying.
Line up, everybody, right here.
They all get up. Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
Gerry's gonna go and, like, make sure that they're lined up and, like, push them into place or make their feet go apart in a certain way so they're, like, putting their weight evenly and...
Yeah, she'd need to do... Some of them are, like, standing wrong.
Okay, listen up. Highwaymen are coming. Your lives are on the line. I could leave, but I'm doing you a favor, okay?
One guy in the back raises his hand.
Yes?
We can leave, too.
Yeah, but you care about this place.
You hear them mumble to each other. Do I? I do care, right? Yeah. I'm not married to anyone here. Someone else starts talking. I mean, I've only lived here about a year. I could leave, right? Ernest kind of, he takes your cue. Hey, shut up and listen. And they all kind of, oh, shit. And he nods to you.
Gerry will nod at Ernest, like, yeah, you're getting it.
Yeah, he nods. He's like, yeah. And he starts writing things down. Like, you get the feeling, oh, it's all these pieces starting to click for Ernest. He's like, yeah.
This is the beginning of his story. Okay, yeah, we could leave. But that would just make us all cowards. Are you guys cowards? I'm not.
Ooh, this strikes a chord with them. They all look at you, significantly shorter than them. They kind of, she's not afraid. I'm not afraid. No. They kind of, their necks stand up proud.
Yeah, you guys don't look like cowards, so let's shoot some guns and be ready.
One guy in the back, hell yes. A few of them kind of start nodding. Yeah, yeah. Ernest kind of walks behind you and whispers, do you think cans are a good idea for targets? Like, can I get some of those and put them over there?
Maybe we'll end with cans. I don't think they're going to be able to hit them at first.
Oh, okay. Okay, what do you want me to get then instead?
Barrels. Big target.
Oh. Yeah. I got barrels, I got tires. Yeah, just give me 1 minute. He snaps, hey, you! And you come with me. One guy's like, oh, yeah, sir. And he looks at you again like, thumbs up. Yeah, this is great.
So my boy Ernest is going to grab some targets. I'm going to mark some vitals on them. I want you to aim for those. I know this day one, and I was told some of you have only been shooting for a month, but I have faith in you guys. I could do it. So I know you guys can.
One guy raises his hand. Ma'am, miss, boss.
Yeah?
Are you telling me that Victor can't be the target anymore? And they all look at this, 4'0" dude who's decked out with gear also, and he's carrying a shotgun. And he looks up at them. Yeah, I kind of like being the target. It was fun. It was like a game.
Victor, we're going to need you. I don't want you injured.
Okay, yeah, man, perfectly fine. Makes sense. It's just, nothing quite like that rush you feel when bullets kind of zoom past your head and you hear that noise. Oh, man. Just gets me so hot. It makes me feel alive. Boss, ma'am, miss, sir.
Don't worry. I hear 2 days from now, you'll have plenty of bullets flying at you, and you'll get your knockers off, whatever.
You see Ernest and his associate rolling a couple barrels down. They got tires on their arms, and he looks at the guy. Oh, you heard her. Set him up. He runs over. Oh, shit. Begins setting things up. Time passes. Your targets are set up. I'm gonna need you to give me charisma small guns.
Oh, no.
Difficulty of 2.
Why charisma?
Because you spoke to them. This is coming, the motivation has to be there for them to accomplish this.
We have 2 action points too.
You do have 2 action points.
Okay, because my charisma's 4.
What's your small guns?
Small guns is 3, but it's a tag skill.
So 7.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 2 action points.
I'm trying to meet 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm going to use 1, guys. At the very least.
Okay.
Oh, I have luck points too.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to spend 1 point of luck to stack the deck, and I can use that instead of the attribute I'm using. So that's a 5 instead of a 4.
You want to do that?
Yeah. So I'm gonna
spend 1 luck point.
I have 4 luck points, so I'm using 1. So that's I have to meet an 8 instead of a 7.
Big improvement.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
True. Yeah. I'm an optimist. I'm a pessimist. Don't listen to me.
Oh, goodness. I got 1 success.
You got 1 success.
You can reroll one of those.
You can use 1 luck
or
point
2.
to reroll.
Okay, I'm going to reroll 1.
So spend 1 more luck point.
You got this.
Okay.
You got this. You got this.
Yeah! Respected.
That's a crit. And on this show, we must respect the crit. And not only that, on this show, if attack skill is a crit, you get respected and you get an extra action point.
Yes!
Because that's 2 successes, technically. Gerry's influence can be felt not only in all of these volunteer guardsmen's stances, but in the emotions behind each shot they fire at these kind of just rickety dummies that have been set up. Ernest included. They all seem to be hitting things right on those marks where you put the vitals. Bullet after bullet. 1 or 2 miss over here, but Gerry hears a familiar sound of bullets hitting those specific points on the barrels ringing out. These guys, they look formidable. These are real gunmen right here. The firing ends. Ernest looks at the group, kind of looks at the targets, and looks to Gerry for any kind of visual cues as to hey, did we do this right?
You boys did real good. I've never seen a group of better shooters.
You hear some guys, hey, same guy, hell yes! Same guy who said it last time.
I like that guy. I'm going to keep him around.
camera pans out. Get a quick little Star Wars type wipe from our Edge of the Empire campaign.
That's very Kurosawa, so...
Yeah, that's true. Because that's where it was first. We are in the woods south of the covered market. We see Lance kind of rummaging through this high brush that hasn't been trimmed in a while. He is following I guess not too old, but like a general 32-year-old kind of much smaller white male wearing kind of denim, some sort of denim shirt and no, more like overalls. He's got some overalls on, kind of, he's got a belt attached to him, a couple tools on there. He's got like this old baseball cap that's got the logo's too faded to read what it is, but to our savvy Seattleites, it's a Mariners hat for sure. Logo's very faded, and he'll kind of point. Yeah, it's that one. And he points to a turret that's it's moving, but it's not the barrels are moving. The turret head is moving, and you can clearly see in the distance like a rabid dog growl, and then just kind of move, and the turret does not acknowledge it. Just keeps moving. He takes off his hat, scratches his head. Yeah, it's more for show than anything.
Well, it's not for nothing. I mean, it's a good deterrent.
It didn't work last time. You see the wall?
Yeah, well, how many of your turrets are unoperable?
9. Yeah, about 9 of them don't work right now.
How many of them do you have total?
9.
Okay. Let me just grab my stuff real quick.
Sure.
I assume he has a backpack or like some sort of little tote
bag.
I
would say you have a pack. Yeah, you have a pack.
Okay, he's got a pack. He drops it on the ground, kind of kneels to it, opens it, and he's kind of like sorting through his stuff for his lab coat. Move the Gerry's scarf out of the way, and he like grabs the lapels of his lab coat, and he kind of reflects on the moment where he picked up his hockey jersey back then, and kind of is reminded of what all this stands for. And I'm using a mechanic to regain 1 luck point as I'm reflecting on a memento.
Yeah, that's exactly what that jersey's there for.
He will pick up the lab coat, because there's so many pockets on that thing that it's going to allow me to reroll 1d20 per scene on an intelligence check.
I'll also tell you that the repair equipment, this gentleman brought it with you. He would identify his name as Spenny. Spenny, the local handyman. Spenny would have brought all the repair gear that you need. He just doesn't know how half of it works. He's the handyman by default. Simply because, and he will tell you this in his own words, one time the sink stopped working and he managed to fix them all. And that's his claim to fame.
It's not nothing.
Spenny is a man of extremes. He's like, well, it either works or it doesn't.
So, have you tried repairing one of them before? Or not yet? Yeah, okay, you tried. Good, okay. Do you know what didn't work? Or did you just give up?
No, I mean, okay, so I opened it up, right? Took the panel, took the metal off that bitch, opened it up, right?
Yeah.
Then I looked at the circuitry and stuff. There's boards. I don't know what any of that stuff means, right? So I took all that out, right? Then I looked at the core, but you got to wear gloves because it's got, the radiation. And you plug in the blue ones in there, that gets it moving. And that's about as far as I got.
Benny, that was actually really, really smart. Good thinking. Quick thinking.
I mean, hey, more up here than just, knowledge on drinks, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right. Okay, well, let's crack her open, shall we?
Okay, yep. He just walks up to it with his bare hands and pulls off the metal plate, yanks it off. You hear like a sizzle. He's like, oh yeah, you probably shouldn't touch this plate when it's operational because it'll burn you like it's burning my fingertips. And then he just sticks it in the dirt nearby.
Yeah, you need gloves? I might have a spare.
No, not anymore. Probably like when I started doing this maybe a couple of years ago, yeah, but not anymore. No.
Well, if it works out for you, I'm okay with it. Okay. Let's see what we have here. And he kind of leans down and starts checking the circuitry boards and everything that Spenny first mentioned. And then he'll do his own evaluation.
Right off the bat, when you look inside, it's missing. Like he said, he took out the circuitry. A lot of boards are missing.
Okay, yeah.
Targeting boards, gone.
Okay.
That's the most important thing. They're all missing this.
Hey, Spenny, do you happen to know where you put all the trash you took out of it?
Yeah. And he opens up another box. I got all the boards right here. Gives you one.
Thank God. Okay.
I mean, I figured, it's important stuff. It's not just garbage. I can't just throw it out or, use it at a wall at the 7 settlers. They use all kinds of shit in there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. This one seems... Yeah, this is the important one. This is the one that makes it shoot.
Oh, yeah,
it makes it
sense. That would make sense.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple of them got holes in them. So like somebody, kind of shot them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that might be a little harder. We might need replacement parts. You don't think the townie's still in town, do you?
Oh, the weirdo with the cat? No, he's gone.
That's too bad. Great. Well,
hey, you know what? You do this. I'm gonna go get some more pieces for the broken board targeting boards, right? That's what you call them?
That'd be great. Yeah, the targeting board. That's exactly what they're called.
Oh, wow. Right on the head. All right. Yeah, you do your thing, and then I'll go tell Sam that we got it handled.
Thank you. Thanks, Benny.
Yeah, I'll be right back. And you can see him look to the woods, and he goes, oh, hey, by the way, there's dogs around here.
I noticed.
You don't have any food on you, do you?
I got some Institute rations.
They don't like that crap. That's like a MR, like in the bag, right? Yeah, they don't like that. Okay, you should be fine.
Okay, good.
As long as you don't have any cram or Salisbury steak in your bag, you should be okay. But if they smell meat, you're gonna have to use, what's that, a boxing glove? You're gonna have to use that.
Yeah.
Okay, just hold tight. I'll be right back. And he hurries through the woods. I will need from you, my friend, intelligence repair. DC of... Dos.
So repair intelligence is going to be 11 and not a tag skill. Yeah, I would like 1 action point, please.
Boop, boop. Spent.
And okay. Let's see what happens. Hey!
Yeah!
I'm going to even reroll that. Oh, it's per scene. So if I got more turrets, maybe I'll save my reroll. Is that a complication?
It is not. It is not a complication.
Oh, okay.
Right now, the range is 19 to 20 right now, so you're okay. So, yeah, that's 2 successes. You plug in the board. You remove the 2 blue wires from the radioactive core. Carefully. Very carefully. Luckily for you, the edges weren't fused or anything, so it's just plug and play. And sure enough, the turret and begins firing at the dog in the distance. And the dog obliterated. That's one. One of them is fixed.
Yeah, like... Very discreetly, Lance does a little fist bump to himself, yes, yes, I fucking did something.
Some time passes. Spenny comes back. He'll see the dead dog in the distance, and he'll see the smoke coming out of the barrels and assume that you fixed it. You'll have a bunch of spare parts at your disposal to repair. I'm not going to have you roll 8 more times for this. I'm just going to have you roll 1 more thing for me. This is going to be to see if you can repair the actual boards out. I would say you move to the next turret, and all the remainder of these boards have damage in some capacity. So we're going to go with intelligence repair. This is a circuit board. This is a DC of 3.
Okay.
This is a much more complicated operation, and the only thing Spenny can provide you with is like a tarp that he has, so you can work on a non kind of dirty ground, but it's still kind of dirty. It's a tarp from like 100 years ago.
I'll use that action point. I got no choice. Got some luck too, and my reroll. Okay, let's go. Well,
for the audience,
it's not even worth rerolling at this point.
13, 16, and 15, all well above the, I believe it was 11 that you needed.
Yes.
What is it? Yeah.
Yes.
Repairing the circuit board does not go the same. Lance doesn't know what happened. Maybe it's just a semi-knowledge of how these boards operate. Maybe it was Spenny kind of over his shoulder trying to backseat drive him in this repair. Or maybe it was the excitement from seeing that wild mongrel dog just get obliterated by a turret. But he breaks one of these boards from the force as he's trying to push another part on. Just the board. As Lance does this, he kind of quickly puts his hand back, and Spenny, oh shit! Maybe we don't need all the turrets to work. Some of them being on might help the overall grand scheme of things.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
If we can funnel them here,
Yeah.
And if this one shoots them and they see the other ones moving, we're saving on bullets.
We're saving
on
bullets.
bullets.
They might not come through other way. You know what? Yeah, Lance, you got the. Let me just. And he takes the board. Let me just throw it, and he throws it into the wilderness. Just get rid of that.
Well,
I never had. No. I never had that. What do you mean? I only got 8 of these. I only had 8 boards the whole time. What do you mean?
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take it to the next one. Come on, I'll take it to the next one.
Yeah.
So, through Lance and Spenny repair, I would say 6 of the 9 turrets.
Okay, hey, not bad.
That's great. We got another
I was
day
rolling
too.
with just the one, yeah.
Spenny and Lance do form a kind of bond over repair stories. Spenny will tell him about the time where he accidentally opened one of the septic tanks that was left behind, and how he was terrified of growing an arm out of his head because it was basically aged radioactive human waste. He'll also tell him the story of how one time he was trying to strip a car for parts and it blew up seconds after he walked away from it, and he blamed it on local kids. Spenny has a lot of stories about him dodging blame entirely.
I like Spenny.
Hello, survivors, vault dwellers, and denizens of the wastes. We're looking towards the end of the year and towards the end of our Fallout campaign. Not just yet, there's still some to record, and I'll make sure to give you plenty of heads up. And when it's over, we'll be picking up right where we left off in our Empire's Edge Star Wars story. Elo and Bigax and the crew will be coming back to dodge pirates, fight imps, and explore the reaches and mysteries of a galaxy far, far away. And there may be a few more surprises. Just a quick reminder that due to the holidays, we're only putting out 2 episodes this month. Recording sessions can be difficult to schedule this time of year, what with everyone's different holiday plans. And also it would mean our schedule in the next year would have our episodes coming out like the second week of each month, and I don't like that. I want us to come into 2022 strong because we've had an incredible year. You know, last year at this time, I said I had all these goals that I wanted to accomplish in 2021. I wanted to increase our downloads. We have. Last year, we had about 20,000 downloads total, and today, we're close to 50,000. There are people all over the world listening to these stories, and that is just incredible. I wanted us to have guest GMs and explore other game systems, and we did. We had an incredible Final Fantasy story run by Xavier, and now the Fallout campaign that Alex wrote and ran has some of our highest rated episodes. I wanted to engage more with you, our listeners. So we started a Discord, and now you're all sharing art, scheduling, and playing your own TTRPG games, and building a community. And to engage with you this year, we partnered with Modiphius Entertainment to give away RPG books and discounts to our incredible audience. And that's just the beginning. We've got a lot more planned and a lot of stuff to look forward to in 2022. And I hope that you'll join us because we couldn't have gotten here without your support. Without you talking about the show and tweeting about us, sharing us with your friends and family, and leaving us your thoughtful reviews. We're growing because of you. We're here at the end of the year better than ever because of you. We're inspired because of you, and we're going to make the best damn show that we can because of you. Thank you to those who've been with us since the beginning, and thank you to those who've just joined us this year. You are one of the best communities that I have the great pleasure to be a part of. And since it's the holidays, if you're looking to get some gifts for friends or family or even to celebrate yourself, we've still got our discount over at modiphius.net or modiphius.us if you prefer US shipping rates. Use our code RTC10, that's RTC10 at checkout, and you'll get 10% off all Fallout 2D20 stuff. Go build your Fallout Wasteland and share with us your post-apocalyptic adventures. You know, we got a couple of people in our Discord doing Star Wars one-shots, and every once in a while they'll drop the summary of how those one-shots went in our Discord, and they're so great. They're incredible. So I love to hear those. We love to read those. We love that you share those, and it would be really cool to hear some Wasteland, some Fallout stories. From all of us at Respect the Crit, we hope that you're having a happy holiday, whatever you celebrate and wherever you are. And we hope that you're in good health, taking care of yourself, all of our neighbors, and working to make this world a better, more just, and more accepting place. Not just for next year, but for the many years that will come long after us. Thank you to our friends at Modiphius Entertainment, and thank you for listening, for downloading, and for leaving us your feedback. Now, let's get back to the Evergreen.
Moving on, I'm Sunny.
I have an idea of how I might want to tackle the wall, maybe.
Let's do that. Let's do the wall first then. Let's do that first.
I think Sunny is like, looks around and he's like, I don't want to do any manual labor. That sucks. And I think he's like looking for information. How did these attacks happen? Like, what, you know, like what happened last time? Like, what can we do about what happened last time to like fix it? That kind of thing.
So you'd be going to the wall first. The damage wall.
Yeah, the damage wall.
Okay.
So yeah, what's there? What's up?
It clearly looks like an explosive device or some sort of explosive was used to destroy the wall. It's been ripped kind of inwards towards the settlement, and some of the guardsmen have put up like a wooden walkway at the top to connect the steel portion of this, which was once a kind of consistent walkway. They just kind of put some wood up there to support it. It's kind of just rickety-rackety, you know, not very good. There are about 3 guardsmen up here, and they're kind of just peering out over the edge. But that's not what catches Sunny's attention. What catches Sunny's attention is this kind of like really frail-looking old man putting all his weight on a cane and looking at the guardsmen and shouting at them, "You fuckheads! When are you gonna fix the wall? God damn it! As I live and breathe, I've never seen lazier sacks of shit in my own toilet." Then he sees you approach. "Oh shit! Hey, you get that? You get that a lot, right? When you show up behind someone because you look like that."
Oh yeah. Nah, I'm used to it. Don't worry.
Okay,
about
I'm
it,
not saying that I talk to ghouls all the time. It's just you scared the shit out of me. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it. Anyone comes up behind you and just
You know who else? You know who else does that shit? It's that old fucking guy in the that Ray, that son of a bitch. Every goddamn time I walk down the main street, he's always coming out there saying, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, shut up!" You know.
He scared me this morning, and it's because he walks so slow. He's just like quiet, like he's not making any noise.
Yeah, for someone who used to take a lot of Psycho, he's a pretty quiet guy. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how he pulls that off. Where are my manners? Sorry, Dustin McBridge.
Dustin, Sonny Takasi. I'm from First Hill.
I've been there a couple of times back in my youth.
Yeah.
Oh, don't let this old frail piece of shit body fool you. I used to be a really crack shot back in my day. Got paid for my work with a gun, if you know what I mean.
Oh, mercenary type, huh?
Yep, through and through, yeah. I served all different kind of outfits. I did a stint with the Gunners for a while. That's back over there in New Vegas. I hated those guys. Too many rules. So I killed a few and left. I applied for the Brotherhood, if you could believe that. They have an application process. I was like, oh yeah, I'll sign up. Not this chapter here, not the psychos out here killing people. No, not these guys.
There's other chapters of Brotherhood out there, and they're not all psychos. That is surprising.
I mean, they got their values, like, technology. And he kind of puts his hands in the prayer. Technology above all else. They're all weirdos. They're all strange, one way or another. But yeah, the ones here, these guys, they're the cream of the crop when it comes to insanity.
You don't have to tell me twice. They don't get scared when they see me coming. They just try and put a bullet in my head. You know?
Oh, so I heard about all those different places. You know, I've been here long enough that I survived the, whatever you call it, the conflict. I heard about Garfield. You know, rest in peace, Garfield. Had a few friends over there.
Oh yeah, I was at Garfield actually.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, that was well, I still think about Garfield quite a lot, and I've been around for a long time too.
Well, you know, I'm glad you made it out. That place, from what I heard, old Samuel over here, he lived in Garfield for a year or two before coming here.
Oh no shit, Sam's from Garfield as well.
He kind of like looks around and kind of motions for Sonny to come in closer. Yeah, rumor is he had a family in Garfield. And then we used to have here in St. Mark's, we used to have this diplomat guy used to run things. He was also, he kind of took a sidestep when Sam came. His name was David. He was in charge of security, and he was kind of also the leader. Nobody really liked him. You know, he wasn't about expanding or making the city better. He was just a good shot. Yeah, I'll give him that. And then the old son of a bitch got his head cut off in the last raid, so... But before that, he kind of stepped aside when Sam came into town, and Sam started organizing communities. He built those rooms inside the cathedral for people. If you can believe it, we weren't even using that space before. It was just all David's personal playground. He was in there, you know, bringing people in, having parties and things like that.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm glad things are better. That sounds good. Sounds like Sam's done a lot of work for St. Mark's here, you know?
Yeah, just not much you can do about those fucking idiots on those bikes that come in all the time. Hey, we got to get our food. Oh man, if I was young, oh boy, I would fucking blast them right off those goddamn bikes.
I bet you would.
He kind of pulls you in again. Let me tell you a secret. I've been setting something up for them when they show up. Those motherfuckers are really gonna get it when they come.
Oh yeah, what you got? What?
He kind of
Yeah,
come on, I'll show you. Come on, I'll show you. I'll show you.
Yeah.
Come on. He starts walking with his cane. About 10 minutes takes you down to the southern entrance of the settlement. And he kind of puts his hand in front of your waist. You see that spot over there on the road, right where the asphalt meets the dirt, and there's like a big patch of dirt right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I see it.
Watch this. And he like grabs a rock off the ground and kind of like struggles with it. And he gives it to you. You mind? And hands it to you. You mind throwing this at that patch of dirt?
Sure, yeah. He takes a rock and tries to chuck it over at the patch of dirt.
You can do it easily. It's just that he's old, so he can't really do it. You shot put it into this spot, and the dirt collapses because it's not dirt. It's some sort of piece of cloth that's been shaded and colored to look like dirt, and the rock falls into something, and it's this pretty substantially large hole. And you hear Dustin. Oh man, it's gonna be so good when those fucking bikes come rolling down the street and they just eat the metal fucking steaks. Oh boy, I can't wait. Only problem is I'm old, so I can only make like 2 of these. It takes a lot of effort. I gotta dig the hole. I gotta sharpen the metal rebar. You know, plant them in there.
Yeah. No, I like these traps, Dustin. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's super innovative. I really like that.
I got all kinds.
Dustin, can I float an idea at you? What if we take your pit trap idea, and instead of making a whole bunch of them, we just make a big one right in front where the hole in the wall is? Because if they try and get in through there, we know that's where they're going to be coming. And then, boom.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I think, I like the way you think, Sonny. You got a good brain in there. I mean, how old, like 200 years old? That's all that knowledge in there. Woo.
It's been stewing. Yeah, what can I say?
Okay, yeah, you know what? I can show you how to make it. I can show you how it's done. All you gotta do is just follow me around as I show you where I get the pieces from, how to dig the hole, how to set it up. So, by doing this, Sonny, you will effectively be learning from Dustin McBridge for the remainder of the day.
Okay.
Not just because he's showing you how to make the traps, but because he doesn't talk to many people directly. He's usually just shouting at them from the street. Having someone listen to his stories is a first for him in a long time.
So he will tell you all about all the different merc companies he's worked with, the different parts of the wasteland he's traveled. He's mostly been to like the West Coast, up and down.
He's led quite the life. Dustin. We gotta have a drink after this, you and I think. Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean after? And he pulls out a flask. And just
Oh!
drinks it and hands you the flask.
Takes it. He takes a drink. How strong is it?
It's very strong. This is like moonshine. He makes this.
Oh, Dustin. Whew. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I clean the metal. That's how I clean the metal when I'm handling it, so I don't get infected if I get a cut or something.
Yeah, definitely. I just, it's putting skin back where I lost skin before, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it actually burns my skin, but whatever. Anyways. So all in all, after the end of the first day, the group reconvenes at the Seven Settlers. Ray is still there. Good evening, everybody. Somebody is waiting in Gerry's room to speak with you. She says it's very important. And, yeah, that's about it.
Gerry, is this a private thing you want to take care of, or should we?
I don't know who it is, anyways.
She says she's a friend of yours. Not from here. It's also a new person. A very scary looking woman with a trench coat. You'll see her when you go up there. I have other business I have to take care of.
She didn't happen to say her name, did she?
No.
Okay,
Well,
bye.
thanks, Ray.
You all leave, and as you're heading up the stairs, you hear, "You're welcome."
Way long after.
You go upstairs, and your door's open, Gerry, as you all walk in, and there's Trish sitting on your bed.
Oh.
She's got some, like a little, like a cloth with like a strap on it, very long cloth. And she kind of smiles as she sees you all. Oh, thank God you're alive. I knew Gerry was alive, but I mean, that guy downstairs is not very helpful.
It's Trish. Thank God you're alive. How are you?
I'm way better. Like, oh, by the way, thanks for stiffing me on the bill. I really appreciate that, guys. Luckily, they took NCR money because they'd never seen it, so I was able to trick them into thinking that one bill was the equivalent of like 100 caps. So I can't go back to Union, and from what I hear, neither can you.
Yeah, as you imagine, we had to leave pretty quick, so we didn't mean to stiff you so hard. We just had to leave town.
The settlement's kind of on a lockdown. I snuck out. That guy, the head of security, Bernard, is in charge now. One of the farms got torched. He says, or at least they're saying, that it was your guys' fault. I don't think that's kind of your aim, based on what we were talking about before. Then there was a guy, and then she takes out like a piece of paper that she seems to have written on. Redmond? Friend of yours, right? Yeah, he says that he's going to take care of your cow. I assume he means a Brahmin. I don't know why he thinks it's a cow. Those things, they're old, ancient animals. But
Dee Dee's okay? Dee Dee's all right?
Yeah, I stopped by. I was kind of following your guys' trail.
Did you see her? Did you see her? How was she?
Yeah. They're feeding her human food. I think that's okay, right?
I mean, Dee Dee will eat what Dee Dee will eat.
Right. Yeah, she's fine. The teenager, he told me that he's more the one to handle Brahmin and other cattle, so he'll be taking care of her. Redmond did fix me up with something nice, though. She unclicks the large cloth that's wrapped, and as she throws it on the bed, there are hunting rifles, there's ammo, there's pipe pistol ammo, and then there are 4 fragmentation grenades. And she looks up at the party.
Trish, I'm happy we're on your good side. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I mean, you guys saved my life. I figured I could, pay you back some way. And I'd come and make sure you're okay. And there was like the back of a truck fell on top of a building not too far from here, and something about it just screamed you guys.
That would have been us.
What was that about?
Last guy just throws his hands in the air like gesturing at the world around him, like, you tell me. These things just seem to happen out here.
Fair enough. I've been kind of hearing some whispers from people in this town that this place is about to get under siege or something.
Yeah, I don't know what your travel plans were after this, but either leave now or pick up one of those guns on the bed.
Oh no, these aren't my style. And she has her 6-shooter on her side. This one will do. And maybe one of those grenades. But yeah, I mean, if you guys need help, backup, or anything, I'm here to stay. My mission was a bust the minute I lost my other 2 companions. The NCR probably thinks I'm dead.
Yeah, we could use all the firepower. I mean, the people here could use your help. We certainly could use your help. If you got that big iron on your hip, it certainly would come in handy.
She nods. Yeah, I saw some of them shooting tires and barrels. It looked like they're doing pretty good out there.
Yeah, they improved, but maybe you could help me out tomorrow. I know you know how to use that thing.
Yeah, I could give them some pointers. It's not a bad idea. What are you guys facing anyways? It sounds like raiders.
The highwaymen. I don't know if you've heard about them.
No. Yeah, I mean, most of my intel on this place was wrong anyways. Who are they?
Group of raiders. They're trying to impress a larger group of raiders, and they've harassed this settlement before. Motorcycles. They got a bunch of them. And explosives, apparently.
They got wheels.
Yeah.
Wow, that's rare. Okay. Oh, I mean, how hard is it to shoot somebody off of a moving target, right?
He kind of looks over at Gerry.
Not very.
Yeah. I think we got a good shot. Well, that colorful guy downstairs gave me a room, so I'm going to catch some shut-eye. I've been hauling ass to get here. And then I'll see you tomorrow for whatever prep you guys need or need me to do.
Thanks, Trish. I'm really happy you made it.
If we live after all this, let's call it even, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And then she looks at Gerry, nods, and waves to Sunny. Says goodnight, and heads into her room directly across the hallway. So let's say that the first day, this current day ends, right? Everyone's going to their quarters. I don't believe anyone had any discussions that they need to have. In Gerry's case, Ernest and the group, they kind of take you to the pub. They're like, hey, we're going to drink and we're going to eat. Like, you made us feel like a million caps. Like, we're ready to fuck shit up, and it's because of your help. And Gerry gets this feeling for the first time in a long time. I would say even maybe the first time ever, where she's given this air of reverence from a group of mostly males who are just like, she is the boss. Nobody fucks with her. They fuck with all of us. Like, we do nothing. No harm will come to her as long as she's in charge, and we will make sure of that. They give you this just untrounceable respect. Even if you didn't want it, it's there. And it kind of gives Gerry like a little ego boost. It's not something that she's ever been used to. Normally, her whole life, it's been, you can't do it because you're young. You know, you can't do it because we have to stay here. It's not in our nature to go out there, yada, 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 X, Y, Z. But this is one of those instances where this group of people are telling you, yeah, anything you do, we will follow you. We believe in you.
I think at some point, without consciously doing it, Gerry's going to refer to them, even if there's girls in the group, as these are my boys. Like, me and the boys are like, give me and the boys around and like, you know.
There are definitely some girls mixed into the group. It's volunteer guards. So another thing that catches her attention is that all these people volunteered to be guardsmen. They wanted to protect St. Mark's. And at some point in the night, I would say that Sam kind of walks. This is more focusing on Gerry's experience, but Sam walks by the tavern at some point, and he just you'll catch his eyes, and he has this big smile. You haven't seen him smile since he got here, but he seems very confident in what's happening.
As the camera pans by with Sam smiling, you hear, "To the boys!" And mugs are being lifted, and then a rowdy cheer throughout all of them.
And you hear one guy's voice above all, "Hell yes!"
You got a heartache, you got a toothache, you got a problem, I got a problem. Get a ticket and get yourself in line. Take a chance on having fun. Time tonight to find someone. Step it up, partner, let's go out tonight. Come on, darling, let's get some tonight. Come on, darling, let's get some tonight.
We focus on Jerry's eyes fluttering open, and a sound that I think all of us are familiar with. It's just a ring. Jerry is experiencing a hangover, as the night before not only was filled with food, but debauchery. 3 of the boys are in Jerry's room asleep on the floor. Ernest, one of them leaning up against the wall. There's a girl and another guy just kind of asleep in one corner. As if they didn't want the night to end. These 3 in particular, Ernest and the 2 others, were kind of like listening to your tales of, now you tell me, what story would you have told them?
Probably her dad taking her out for hunting the first time, and then her lucky shot. Somehow, even not having really shot a gun before, she took down whatever prey they were going after, maybe a roach, and just how amazing her dad was. Like, hey, you think I'm good? Let me tell you about my dad.
Yeah, they're in awe. They're like, there's somebody better than you. Like, that's bullshit. There's no way. And you just continued on telling them stories of your dad. I don't think you went into details of the death because that's something that you hold internally.
No, and this is probably the first time she's talking about her dad too.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And in the morning, everyone in your room in particular is out, they're knocked out. They're just out, drooling. We'll cut to Xavier, to Lance's room. He wakes up. He's kind of adjusting his vault suit. His lab coat is folded nice and neatly on the bed. Also, Spenny gave you some tools, some basic tools to take with you. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got like 20 of these. You can keep these." So you have like a wrench, a screwdriver, and he calls the other one a whacker. It's just basically a pipe that's been it's got the top of it kind of welded together with like a rock that's almost like a small pickaxe, but he calls it a whacker because you can flip it around and just use the round side to fix things if you need to. It's a Spenny original. It's a Spenny original. You won't be able to buy this tool anywhere else. So you get all your stuff laid out, and for Sunny, the morning it's easy to wake up. You are very full. It's the first time in a long time you wake up like, wow, I had a good meal yesterday. You wake up satisfied, and there's this warmth in the Grinch's heart from having companionship all day of an old man who was more than willing to talk to you and essentially bring you into his life. And you had made plans to speak with him the next day and get some volunteers to dig up the larger trap that you wanted to organize. But there's something gnawing in the back of your mind. We're going to need more guns. We're going to need more guys. And just as you're thinking that, I want to say that Lance, the next room over, as you're adjusting your clothes and getting everything ready, you think the same thing. We need more guns. We need more bodies. And the 3 of you reconvene. I'd say Gerry very carefully dodges the people asleep on the floor, closes the door, and is the last one to leave the hallway as she sees her 2 wasteland adventurers waiting in the hallway for her.
Gerry, I see you've discovered the joys of alcohol.
Please stop yelling.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sonny, just smiles and kind of, rubs his face, yes, I remember my first beer.
And then I also want to note, at some point, she was drunk last night, so she's just like, I'm hot. So now she's down to 1 layer of clothing. She's usually wearing 4 or 5.
So she's dressed normal. She's dressed normally.
Yeah, she finally looks like a normal human being, but you also see how with the grime gone and her hair down, she's actually pretty. the layers are gone. She maybe just has one gun on her, so she's less intimidating, and she just has her hair and she has her head on her forehead, and she's like, "Oh God."
Yeah, dressing for the season, finally.
Oh God, I was hot. What are we doing?
So I'm thinking we don't have enough time to totally rebuild the wall, right? But I met this guy. He had this great idea, Dustin, about like building pit traps. And I got to thinking, what if instead of trying to repair the wall, we build a big pit trap right in front of where the wall is on our side of the wall. So if they try and come through it, they're gonna fall into that. We could maybe get some old cars or something, get something on the outside of the wall to like funnel them in, make sort of like a small point that they have to go to. What do you think?
Okay, well, the good news is I've repaired most of the turrets on the other side, so if they do end up trying to be clever and dodge our funnel trap, they're gonna get shot at by the turrets. So I think we lean into this, yes. I think they're either going to storm in through the gates, or I don't know what they're going to try to do on the edges, try to blow another wall down, but they're going to get shot at while doing so. So, yeah, let's do it.
After chugging a bottle of water. Yeah, all sounds great.
The party comes downstairs. Trish is awake and she's outside of the establishment, and she kind of waves you down as she approaches you guys. Hey, so I've been hearing some good things around town this morning. The guards, they're doing great. They're already doing like formations and stuff.
Yeah, the boys are great. They're on it.
Okay, cool. And then she looks to Sunny. I was thinking about this last night. I mean, so far, really capable guns, like really capable. And she just points to all four of you in the circle. She just makes like a circle with her finger. It's basically, this is it. We're talking about raiders here. Raiders on bikes, from what I understand. I've been hearing, or at least looking into them from some townsfolk's perspective, and there's a lot of them. I'm hearing about 10 to 12 bikes.
Hey, Les looks at Gerry. Well, that's 10 to 12 bullets.
Whoa!
Trish gets a boner immediately, like, oh shit. She's very impressed. Hey, look, I'm a good shot, and I know. And she looks at Gerry. I know she is too. And she points to Sunny. And you're not too bad, but that's 3 guns against, if there's 2 per bike and there's 12, we're talking 24 fucking raiders.
I hear you, Trish. I hear you. Okay, we need more gunners.
Lance and Sunny exchange a look at that moment, I feel like.
And then Gerry says out loud, "Fuck, we're gonna need Emmett, aren't we?"
Trish looks at Gerry. Who's Emmett?
Can it just cut to us at the house? Like, we open up the outhouse.
Cameras at floor level with us opening the door to the shit house.
Yeah, we see Emmett there.
There is a man covered in his own filth. One hand chained. He managed to slip one hand out of the other brace, I believe is what you use. I don't remember exactly. So he's got one hand still there, and he's half asleep, half awake. Oh, oh man, I must have done something good in a past life. There should be no reason you're back.
Well, Emmett, today's your lucky day.
He looks at his crotch area. Can't be. My underwear's full of piss and shit.
Sunny steps in and tries not to make a big deal about the smell.
How's the leg doing, Emmett?
It's great. He moves it slightly and you hear click, 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 like bones clicking. I can move it. But now, with sound.
We should probably have that looked at.
He narrows his eyes. What the fuck do you want?
I'm gonna level with you, Emmett. We got some problems coming into town. Raider problems. Highwaymen, I don't know if you've heard of them.
He kind of nods. Yeah, I know those fucking weirdos.
Yeah, well, they're fixing to come and take some stuff from St. Mark's. and probably fuck it up a little bit. Not a little bit. There's probably about 24 of them coming, maybe more.
His eyebrows raised like mine did. No. Lock the door. Leave me in here. Get the fuck out. Lock the... No.
Oh, okay. You can just... We'll let you die in your piss pants while you choke on your shit smell. But that's not going to be how you die. There's going to be 6 raiders coming in, but bursting out that door, grabbing you and bringing you back in another trailer. It's not the end of the road for you here.
Here's the thing, Vault Boy. Those raiders, sure, they'll come in my house. You think they're going to look in the outhouse before they look in that room? You think they're going to look in the outhouse when little Miss Thing, who's been living in here for the past 2 days, is holed up in here trying to defend herself? They're not going to care about the outhouse when that beautiful, thin piece of work out there is hanging out.
I'm going to gently kick his leg.
Just,
And that I'm kind of done with your act. Look, we got a deal for you. We need your marksmanship and none of your bullshit, and we're gonna get your leg fixed if you help us. Right now we're trying to gather up all the good shots in town. This is it. This is it for you. This is your only chance.
he's like holding his leg with the one free hand. He's like, okay. I'll do it. I assume my secret room is empty. One of you go under my bed, please.
Gerry
I gesture to Gerry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gerry goes under his bed, feels underneath. He's like shouting from the bathroom. Gonna have to reach in a little deeper. It should be right underneath where some of the boards are. And you reach underneath. You feel something rather large. Pull it down. It comes off pretty easy, like it's been like taped or something underneath. You pull out essentially a rocket launcher. Yeah, be very careful with it. Go back under the bed a little bit closer to the headboard. Gerry reaches a little north and pulls that. You have a missile essentially with the little tip at the end. And you can hear him shouting, "Did you find it?"
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Be very careful with it. And he looks to Lance and he kind of nods. Okay, can you... Motions his head towards his arm. Can you kind of get rid of this, please?
Yeah, it's your turn. And I'll uncuff him.
He grabs his wrist from the cuffed hand. Oh, man, you really miss moving your wrist, let me tell you. Okay. And he kind of struggles to stand up, and more shit comes out of the pant leg of his pants. And he looks down. I'm gonna need a minute. He has no shame. He comes out completely naked from the outhouse and strolls past the group, looks at Gerry and Cassie, kind of gives them a head nod upwards, walks towards the dresser, pulls it open, pulls some clothes out, gets dressed. You can see his leg, although it was damaged, he can at least move it now. So he has a critical injury, but it's to the point where he administered the first roll to it. So it's not hampering him, but it can harm him if he goes down, essentially. And he'll approach Gerry. Well, he's fully dressed now, and he puts a hand out. I need the thing that you got from the bed, please.
Gerry will hand him the missile launcher, but hold on to the ammo. You'll get the ammo when we fight.
He kind of upturns his nose a little. Yeah, okay, makes sense. With the strap, he just kind of puts it over his shoulder. He goes to his coffee table. He looks at Cassie. And he goes, "I can't believe you didn't look under." And he kind of reaches underneath, and he gets just a pipe pistol, and he kind of puts it on his holster. He shakes his head. Unbelievable! You've been here 2 days. You didn't bother looking around. He looks at the group. Okay. So you guys, Little Miss Thing, he points at Cassie. He points at Trish. And she shakes her head. Don't even give me a nickname. Puts his hands up. Fair enough.
And me. Is that enough?
It's not enough, but it's what we got.
Ah, fuck. I don't feel confident with this plan, nor do I feel confident with being involved now that I know that there's only, 6 of us against 20 or so bikers, is what you said?
Well, hold on now. Gerry here trained a whole regiment of people, and I managed to get most of the turrets working again. And, Sonny here has got a pretty good medieval plan going on.
All right, so you guys got some prep work done then. That's good. So, before I get fully involved, I help you defend the settlement, and you let me leave. Right? That's the deal?
We won't be sending word for your bosses. Well, Lance then looks at Sonny and Gerry, kind of like, look, Emmett, I'm going to be real with you. I kind of feel bad for leaving you in that outhouse.
He shrugs. I don't feel bad. If I left you in there, I wouldn't come back for you guys, so we're not even on the same footing. I'd say morally, you guys are a little bit up here. I'm more down here. And that's fine. I have to be down there to do what I do in my work. Which brings me to another point. My deal with the cause to get that kid, it's a wash, as far as I'm concerned. All right? I don't need him. I don't need this kind of trouble. And I might die today anyways, so... Or whenever these raiders are going to show up, which I assume is today or tomorrow.
Yeah, well... I don't know how much it's worth, but I'll take your word for it.
My word isn't worth shit.
Just one last thing, Emmett. God damn it. He reaches for his med pack and grabs a stim pack from it, tosses it at him.
He catches it.
You're in a bad shape. If that leg cracks open again, just jab yourself in the ass.
He looks around his property one last time. This was a good safe house. Got a lot of ass here.
You'll find other jobs, I'm sure.
Agreed. And he puts his hand out to Sonny.
Sonny will take his hand and shake it.
As you're shaking his hand and you look at that smile, which is the same one he gave you when he was in the back of that truck, the truck back. You didn't get the feeling before, but now because you know him, that smile just gives you this, makes your gut sink. And then you get this tingling up your spine like, oh, I've seen this type of smile before. And you get this quick flash of Tobias shaking your hand, giving you this fucking unnatural smile right back in your face. It gives you the sense that Emmett is going to stick to his word. But you get this overwhelming feeling is making a deal with the devil worth it? As he continues to shake your hand and give you the smile and look at the rest of the group, he'll pull away. And he'll say, well, I think it's time to get to work.
I guess some things never change. Why do we never change? We're born again.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Respect the Crit's Wasteland Adventure Fallout Evergreen. If you like what you heard, please consider supporting us by giving us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or whatever platform you use to listen. It's easy, free, helps other people learn about the show, and we love to read your feedback. For more information about the show, visit @RespectTheCrit on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or come chat with us in our official Discord server. Gerry is played by Susan Spenader, who you can find on Instagram @SuzLalouz. Lance Burnett is played by Xavier Trudeau-Deschênes, who can be found on Twitter @XavierTD. Sonny Takase is played by me, your host, Ian Duncan, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram @IDunks. Our guest GM for this game is Alex Herrera, who you can find on Twitter @AE Herrera or on his Twitch channel, WadeWolf10. The original music in this episode is provided with license or permission by a variety of talented artists whose info and credits can be found in the episode notes. Please support them by visiting their platforms to hear more of their work and tell them how much you like their music in our show. Our outro song is Some Things Never Change by Gavin Dunn. You can hear more of his work on Bandcamp and YouTube at Miracle of Sound. The Fallout 2D20 RPG system is licensed by Bethesda and published by Modiphius Entertainment. Special thanks to our friends at Modiphius for donating prizes to our giveaways for this campaign. You can learn more and grab your own copy of the official Fallout RPG by visiting modiphius.net/respectthecrit. Special thanks to the team at Fallout Cascadia for use of their music. You can learn more about this incredible, ambitious Fallout 4 mod at falloutcascadia.com. And remember, whatever the system, whether it's a miss or a hit, you always gotta respect the crit. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the wasteland.
As far as accommodations, there's only one building and it's kind of run down. It's called Seven Settlers.
You broke.
I broke Xavier.
That's good, dude.
I told you, when I was planning this place, I knew exactly what I was getting myself into.
You okay, Xavier?
I started with a laugh and then I choked on my coffee.
And that's what will be on your tombstone.
Started with a laugh, ended with choking on the coffee.
You can just edit that audio clip and put it at the end of the episode.
Yeah, this one is going to be at the end. Yeah.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Go deep. Deeper. You know how to turn me on. Spit in my servos, daddy.